the top tier players in this cup right now. So if there's anyone that they can beat, I would say it'd be CPLAY.
Oh, it looks like we're actually going live. Yeah.
All right. Okay. If you're just joining us, this is CP Sunshine for the Sunshine Cup. This is CPLAY versus HoverCrabs, and yeah, this is the quarterfinals. Take us away, Mana.
Yeah, we see Dicker opening up Arie, and they're gaining a lot of ground on the left side already. This is looking kind of bad for CPLAY already, but unless CPLAY do a rotation right now. But it seems like they want to get that soldier pick. Oh, they get him, and then yeah, they're probably going to push across pretty hard, even though they're one down right now. Okay, they back up. Oh no, they're a little bit scattered. Sorry, I misread that.
Yeah, both teams now just kind of taking their time with things, really just playing out the long game. But it seems HoverCrabs are getting the worst end of this, as they're getting picked apart one by one, just showing the coordination of CPLAY and their focusing fire right now. And now, during all that panic, a scout goes down, Monty, just trying to take on 4 players all by himself. As the rest of
it looks like he just went in to stall them from pushing, which was a good call. Now they can hold 2 with even Ubers now.
Very costly though. Very costly. I think they could still maybe get out of there and keep the scout alive. Maybe just cover them from advancing, not just go straight in there and sacrifice. But you know, we'll see how it pans out. As we're both, yeah, it's just hanging out even right now. Even Stevens with the both Ubers at 100%. What during these stalemate situations, what can teams abuse on Sunshine to really like break up the flow?
One common tactic I like to use is spamming through Arie. And look at that, we have a pick. Oh, it's more like a trade. But spamming through Arie is a pretty good way to get something. And it looks like there's a trap. Oh, he's dead. So it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit HoverCrabs.
Yeah, both teams just kind of training players right now. Actually, Dicker does get caught out in on the flank, and now they're going to make a push off of that CPLAY. They go straight in, they pop their Uber, but HoverCrabs respond with their Uber now, and now they're just going to try and evacuate out. But Feeling couldn't get out, he got body blocked, and he couldn't get back out with a choke. Yeah. But Kratos is making sure nobody else from HoverCrabs can get back in. And now both Ubers have just kind of faded. But they are a player down CPLAY, and they're trying to abuse this now on both the choke and the flank coming out from HoverCrab. But D-Dog goes down from a little exchange out in Alley. And now it just looks like things are going back to normal, maybe.
That's a player advantage. Oh, I was going to say for CPLAY, but Blub just goes down.
Yeah, but they still have that slight
they have a lot of ground.
Advantage. Yeah, they've got the scout that's already in. He's on second already. They've got this ground for free. They're just so scared by that player disadvantage that they just don't want to risk holding second with the numbers against them.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. They keep all their players up, they can be ready for last. Are they off-classing? No, I don't see any off-classes right now. Oh, I see a heavy.
Yeah.
Yep, so we have 1 heavy holding last.
Right, we're at, again, familiar territory. We're at Stalemate City, and but this time we're on last. Now, what sort of things, what usual tricks and trades do you see Americans pulling out on this last point?
Usually people will try to push in one side or another, or they'll. I think another common thing I've seen is double bombing from below, but I don't think people are going to do that.
I hate to interrupt you, but they've just they've popped Uber straight into CPLAY. It seems trying to take action into their own hands, seeing if they can make the Uber happen on their terms. But they do exchange out a few players just to scout. Actually, for a scout for a demo, that's a chaotic sort of trade. And now just on the back of that, they're going to try and push straight in. They take down the heavy scout, rushing straight towards him, but now it's just going trades left, right, and centre. And they do have the respawn advantage, HoverCrab, so this is going to be very, very difficult for CPLAY. And
yeah, they gotta definitely push this.
Yep, and they've been
One
wiped.
scout's the respawn, and he's at choke. I wonder
yeah, so now,
I'm pretty sure they see it.
Yeah, now off the back of that CPLAY wipe, they're just going to get this second for free. Maybe catch out any other players that try to defend second a bit overzealously, but CPLAY no better than that, and they're just going to hold up on the mid now.
See a little bit of an alley fight, and ooh, this scout is trapped.
Oh, but D-Dog responds in kind. Maybe he could take down the scout. No, the scout is just too elusive. But actually, they go off the back of that Uber advantage now, just going straight into middle. But they're so segregated all over the place.
There's a back cap happening.
HoverCrabs are, yeah. When HoverCrabs go round from the choke and he went it through Arie to help out the teammates, CPLAY just went straight onto second, realising that they're not covering their own little cafe area. So
what a monster play.
Yeah, just devastating coming out from CPLAY. No, the flank knowing exactly when to really abuse HoverCrabs' attention.
They're going to push straight to last because there's only a D-Doc alive. He's dead.
And the respawners do come, but the respawn is not too kind on Sunshine. It takes a few seconds to really get back into action. So yeah,
that was a monster play from the scouts for sure. One started backcapping, and he baited a lot of HoverCrabs to the point, and then the other scout came in, and they just won that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Kratos a minute. Let's see how he does opening up on this midpoint here. He spams out a bit of Arie, see if he can catch out the Lemon in a bit, but all he really catches in that mid is a bit of spam from the Roma. As we get a big bomb incoming from Dob. He actually, with the help of Blub, takes out Trox, and now this is just a big cue for HoverCrabs to just back out, cut their losses, but they've already lost the medic during all of that.
A nice shot by Lippy, just a consolation shot.
Yeah, so the only hope now is if Monty can get a miracle shot onto Cuba, but he does bring him down to low, valiant effort, but he doesn't actually get him, so it's going to be an uber advantage for CPLAY. Alright, so we've got D-Doc kind of just caught out there, maybe seeing what he could make happen, but the CPLAY scouts doing a good job of checking all the corners and catching out any stragglers. So yeah, they get an easy second point now.
Yeah, they've been on the lookout for traps too. I mean, this is a pretty big map. There's a lot of different terrain types on it too. So putting an unusual sticky trap isn't out of question.
Yeah, it's a very busy map. There's a lot of good things going on. There's props left, right, and centre. Unique.
There's an Uber pop in.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, besides saying that, now they've just popped in straight with Uber, and this is just. Oh, then again, HoverCrabs could hang on. If they just hang on to just a little bit longer, they're going to get the Uber in just like 5% more. If they can get that Uber, they can hold on to the splash point, and they get the Uber right now. So now CPLAY is looking pretty foolish.
This is looking incredible.
Yeah, not taking out that medic. The priority with that CPLAY Uber should have to take out Gizmo there, but I guess they just didn't get the priority straight. Sure, the heavy did buy a lot of time, but that's what he's there for.
Yeah, that Uber was looking really good for CPLAY, but near the end they just couldn't turn to frags, and you know they just got annihilated right there.
Yeah, and now off the back of that, with that momentum, they push into this cafe area, taking out Blub on the way, and even picking up some alley picks from Dicker there. So now, with their player advantage, they're just pushing straight into this midpoint, but the Uber is available for CPLAY. They Uber onto them right now, but Gizmo just gets his Uber, and that just makes CPLAY's Uber almost null and void now. They're just going to chase down these CPLAY players, but Cuba doing a really good job of staying alive after this exchange, but at what cost? They're just losing all these players from CPLAY now, as HoverCrabs are just clumping up, making sure that they don't lose any more players and just push forwards on second.
Yeah, this is looking good for HoverCrabs.
Yeah,
they know how to pick off CPLAY when they're just in a bad spot.
Yeah, they're going straight into last.
Yeah.
Even though they've got respawns coming up, but they think they can do it. They can get onto point, but they've got a heavy coming in now, and the soldier does block it, but he jumps off the point.
He taps the cap.
Oh, that feeling. Get it? Feeling?
Oh man.
Ah, okay, I'll stop. Alright, so we've got a game, 1-1, going straight into it now, as Kratos hitting a decent time, I'd say, on his rollout. Trox aiming to actually go via the choke area, whilst Kratos is going for the cafe. Not much exchange going on right now. Both teams kind of just wait to see what happens. Libby makes the first sort of exchange, but only takes the high ground. As Dob tries to commit here, but he gets launched back by Dicker. But during all that exchanging and distracting, CPLAY just kind of have the superior focus fire and take out most of HoverCrabs here. But Gizmo does stay alive, and he's kind of weaving through this maze of Sunshine and actually gets away with it.
Ah, yes. You must kill the Minotaur to get out of the maze.
Alright, so second point for CPLAY. We've got an Uber exchange, an Uber for both team. So we'll see what sort of last hold comes out for HoverCrabs here. I doubt CPLAY are going to really push off this now, especially with that heavy just geared up, ready to defend this last point. It's going to be very difficult for CPLAY. They might have to just suicide a player in, just get some off-classing going.
I wonder if they're going to try and pinch a player on right. It kind of looks like they're aiming all their spam there.
And you see you see D-Doc abusing that mechanical arm on the last point.
Oh yeah, what a nice spot.
Yeah, he's ready for any sort of push, whether or not they come from the left, right, downstairs in that dungeon area. He's ready for it.
This is the high ground advantage.
So if you were in CPLAY shoes right now, Mana, what would you be calling to your troops? What would you say the plan would be to take out this last defense?
I think it'd be... I've never tried a double filter stack, but I think that could be viable. Especially since they have a sniper. They could jump the sniper and hopefully try to get another pick on top of that. Or a force would be even better, obviously. But I imagine they'll probably...
they've just Ubered straight in from this ramp room area.
Yeah,
and
they
now
forced the multi.
Yeah, but very nice. But only feeling goes down to
feeling
that.
Gets trapped.
But hopefully, maybe they can just by superior building now, just build up that advantage. Even though it's going to be a very smidge of an advantage, and maybe re-push with that. But we'll be cutting it very close there.
Yeah, it's already kind of looking even to me, more or less.
Yeah. Well, so what do you reckon to Gizmo, where he's standing here? Would you say this is a very good spot for a medic to stand to
yeah, it's good because it's really protected as long as you have someone watching the right side from the defender's perspective, like for a sniper, for example, so he doesn't have that kind of sideline. But otherwise, there's only like basically one choke to get at you.
Actually, HoverCrabs are taking the initiative here. They've just decided to push outright, knowing that they have a slight advantage almost. And Cuba goes down. I'm not sure if that was a drop or not. Yes, that was a drop coming out from Cuba there. Oh, bad news bears for CPLAY here. But they do have a sniper in Blood. Maybe he can just quickly pick out that medic. But no, he gets the gaps gets closed down, and Blood gets taken out. And now Dob is just running for his life, as now all his team respawns now, and they just have to lick the wounds back in second because they're not going to get that midpoint.
A good momentum shifter, and I guess a misplay from Cuba. I kind of missed that, but yeah.
Yeah, I only noticed it myself from just the chat. It's a good thing we've got all these wonderful tools at disposal. Otherwise, even I would have mistaken that as just a poor 99% margin. But no,
classic.
It was a drop in the end, so maybe this might be a bit of a heartbreaker round now, going all the way from last and straight into CPLAY's base now. Maybe they can make this into 2-1. As they're going straight in from this. Yeah, they're going straight in through the lobby now. They pop the Uber, and they just need to focus down Cuba though. Oh, he's got the Uber though, and now they've taken out Trox onto the point with the sticky trap, and he's just keeping all his players alive now. Cuba.
That's unfortunate. Gizmo went down because he was trying to get out, but the scouts knew to frag him instantly.
Yeah, it's a real shame now, but maybe they can get some backcap plays going off because it is quite, like you said, quite the labyrinth inside the base. Oh, he's on the point. He's cleared the stickies. Can he cap it? Oh!
Just misses the cap.
Blub. Savior.
There's another scout in. Oh, he's going to stay out.
Yeah, and just as I was talking about it was already happening.
Yeah, that was a really interesting play. He was fighting in the dungeon, and then both scouts kind of like backed off from each other, and then he looped around into left, and that was the opening.
And you can't keep not even a second off of a player in this map. It seems they can just go just about anywhere between the second and last point. There's so many options, really. Hiding places, nooks, crannies.
Yeah. Depending on what phase of a push you're in, like you gotta be really careful sometimes.
Alright, so just let's review. We've got Cuba with a full Uber advantage, but they just think it's too risky to push out, especially after that backcap now. It's just kind of slapped them in the face, realising how much this backcap could happen, and they just don't want to push out unless they get a significant advantage. Maybe an Uber plus some players going down for the HoverCrabs.
Yeah, we have Profix on Engineer, and he already has a level 3 up by the spawn, too.
What do you think of this Engineer spawn? Is it a good Engineer spot?
It's okay. I would probably... I think the most common one is right behind the point. There's one window. And then,
yes.
if you see under the left side of the attackers, that's also... Or, sorry, left side of the defenders, that's also a pretty common spot.
Okay. Oh, wow, there's even a little secret room underneath here. Ooh. There's so much going on. I'm just fascinated. I can't leave. And going straight back to the action, anyways. Enough of my.
It's really bad for CPLAY because they already lost too.
They've Ubered straight in, but they have to dedicate a lot of that Uber to the sentry gun now. And a very nice air shot coming out from Lippy there, actually. Where I've just noticed that all these players are playing completely different classes than I thought they were going to play at the start of the game. So I apologise for that. But yeah, 2-1 to HoverCrabs.
Yeah, CPLAY got kind of caught out there, and they lost 2 people right before the Ubers traded. So that's really not good.
But there's still 13 minutes left in this match. CPLAY have a chance to come back in this. I believe in you, CPLAY. So we'll go straight into the middle now. Then both teams kind of exchanging out. There's more about air game than it is about ground level right now. All the fight seems to be happening in the air.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah, he who has the better air shots is winning right now, it seems. And now just off the back of that mid, it gets second for 3. The Ubers haven't even entered the equation quite yet.
They're going to just
CPLAY
run right
have
in.
got the momentum. Yeah, they've got the Uber, but they need to focus down the medic, and that's what they're doing.
Oh, he just gets it.
He's down to 5 health, and he gets the Uber. And now they're going to defend this. Can Feeling get out, though? He's getting chased by all of these HoverCrab members all across the room. It's quite funny to watch, actually, but
yeah,
they do take him out eventually. It's just too much, 5 players against 1. And Cuba almost getting caught out there. We even got a scout sneaking up from this little dungeon area. And Trox poking his way from the shutter door. There's just so much going on for the CPLAY players to handle, especially with
it really is.
They just get manhandled onto the second point now, and they're just losing players left, right, and centre. They just don't know what's going on. You kind of wonder what's going on in the CPLAY mumble right now. They just need a strong caller to kind of just call everyone back and just, get regrouped and reorganised. But
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
HoverCrabs are putting on some really strong pressure pretty much all the time, and it's throwing CPLAY off.
But Feeling with the bomb behind and gets Gizmo from the back there. He was hiding on second that entire time, maybe in like alleyway.
That's a good pick, especially right now.
It was a great pick. That's just flung the entire momentum the other way now, because not only did they get the Uber advantage, but they've also got this like brief heal advantage where they can just play things very safe, just like clump up and just stop any sort of like pick plays or strange fights going on.
Yeah, they're just out.
Except Monty though. Look where Monty's hiding. Ooh, he's going in. He's stood on the point though. And the announcer just kind of beckoned his position and just went, "Oh, there's a scout here," and they just cleaned him up. Very strange play coming out from Monty there. Maybe he just thought the medic was on the point.
That seems a likely scenario.
Alright.
Yeah, since HoverCrabs were down too.
Uber gets popped off into the ramp room here. They're going straight into last with it. The Uber is coming close for Gizmo there. He does get taken out though, and now it just comes down to the DM just about, but the player advantage is in favour of HoverCrabs. But yeah, the heal advantage from Cuba.
Making some monster plays here. Clean up on his scouts. Yeah.
And quite the trading card game there. There was just people getting traded left, right and centre, little tiny advantages. Does my card beat your card? Well, it seems the medic is the greatest card of them all in that last push, and that brings it to a 2-2.
It's my shiny Charizard. Don't touch it.
I wouldn't trade Cuba for the world. Alright, we got Trox rolling out from this choke again. Kratos still favouring that cafe position. He immediately destroys D-Doc at the start of the mid, and now it's just turned into a 5v6, and off the back of that, it's just
2 more picks.
like a domino effect almost.
Yep.
Because if one player is not there, you've just got another player that doesn't have, one less thing on their mind, and you can start just like working together bringing that synergy in and just focusing those players down.
This is a Russian team, correct?
Yes, HoverCrabs is the Russian team. CPLAY is mostly German.
Russians go hard, man. The D-Doc went down, and then basically 3 more players just went in to make even bigger plays.
Yeah, I feel like Kratos is doing a lot more on those on his mids compared to Trox.
He had the read, yeah.
It might be down to all this off-classing coming out from HoverCrabs here, because I know like quite a few of them like switch classes left, right, and centre. I know a few of the last matches they were like playing different classes as well. Whether or not they were just off-classing that last match, and this is their, you know, their maximum efficient lineup, or if this is just Trox is in an unfamiliar zone and he's not too comfortable on Demo Man.
Well, forget that, because we have Dicker on Heavy, which I assume is probably his favorite class, because anytime I've seen him not on Medic, it's been on like Scout or Heavy.
He's doing it for the fans, obviously. He's hearing our outcries. Bring back the
like,
Dicker Heavy.
There's a pop out. There's a trade.
Oh, it's just both Ubers are pop, but they're just shooting menacing looks at each other for now. He does get a very nice clean shot. Lippy does onto Cuba, but he's too far away to really take advantage now. And now the collapse coming out from CPLAY into this lobby area. They just hung around for way too long, and now they just get overwhelmed on last. 3-2. The comeback from the comeback is real.
Yeah, HoverCrabs, they really want to make big plays happen, but it's not quite working out.
What a game though, it's close, come down to the wire.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
We see Kratos going for the cafe for the 5th time now. And Trox again going for that choke roll now. Yeah, it's working out for Kratos, but I'm not so sure about Trox. Maybe he won't take a look out of Kratos' position. Libby does get denied there by the scout, stopping any sort of aggression right now. Feeling launches himself straight towards the blob, takes out a few players there. We've got scouts causing mayhem onto the opposing side now, and now with the player advantage, they just. But Dicker's doing a very good job actually of just like keeping off these like 4 or 5 players, but it's just way too much now. Yeah, they have to force it. Can Dicker make anything happen? They have taken a lot more damage on that mid, so they did get a slight Uber advantage. But Dicker had to just about 2-shot the medic. And
the Scout's just going to duel the one on point, see if he can stall the point more.
It's kind of clutching at straws if you ask me. But then again, you've got the rest of... Oh wait, no. They've got the Uber, and they've just kind of silenced all dreams now.
Oh, this med's... Ooh. I think the med gave him the slip.
Yeah, it's just... it keeps happening. Team players are getting caught left, right, and centre. It's so scrappy right now. But CPLAY just showing the sustained experience. When it comes down to scrappiness, they're just going to come out stronger. Because maybe that bit stronger DM, or that teamwork, coordination. Yeah.
They know when HoverCrabs is going to try and make a big play, when they're a little bit desperate, and they're just playing off that.
Yeah, but they don't really know how to set from that scrappy team mindset CPLAY, as they went straight into last, even after winning a few things, and not realising that the rest of HoverCrabs are just going to respawn any second there, and they obviously die on last, and now they have to give up second because of all the players that have died.
Well, they got all the respawns before the cap, so this isn't too bad of a situation.
Yeah, they have a full advantage. They could really just like, be pushing.
They are pushing, and Arie, it looks like.
Yeah, they've popped straight in. They're seeing if they can just close that gap down. Gizmo is so low. He almost got taken out there.
He did trap.
Yeah, Demo Man action going off in lobby there. Trox doing a good job of killing Kratos in the end, but the soldiers do take out Gizmo there. And Cuba still
huge advantage.
Yeah, Cuba still stays alive, but actually just going to go in with the heal advantage alone. Well, Trox has respawned, but it's just him.
Not going to be enough. 4-2 the CPLAY.
It's starting to get into more securing numbers now. Very scary position for
it's getting close.
Here.
Yeah.
But
HoverCrabs could still technically... They could still get 3 rounds to win.
Yeah, but if it's going to happen, it needs to happen right now.
Exactly.
Let's see what happens on mid.
Cap up, of course.
You got D-Doc going straight in for the manly jump. He gets immediately destroyed. Libby going in for the manly jump. He gets kited. Chalk's going in for the push across point. He gets better results, really. It's still squaring off slightly. CPLAY are getting outnumbered now as they've just that one player difference that I've lost, and it just again dominoes.
Scout's running into the building. Scout, this is bad. Oh, Gizmo just barely gets out. Or sorry, that was Cuba.
Cuba, yeah. Very good play by Blub there, kind of pushing off the scouts, protecting his medic, rightfully so. But in saying that, Chalk's had a trap in lobby, takes out Cuba, and now this has just left CPLAY furious. So Kratos just suiciding himself, seeing if he can take down the enemy medic as well, but it's just too difficult now, and now they just push straight to last, and I guess my wishes came true. HoverCrabs have made something happen, even though there was an ambitious backcap coming out from CPLAY there. It's really difficult. It's really difficult though to kind of outcap last on any map.
Yeah.
Alright, I'd say I've been hogging this mid a bit too much. I'm going to let you take this mid mana. I'm going to see if your American tactical mind can cut it down.
World War II, babe. I'm kidding. We have a big jump by D-Doc in here, and oh wow, just a huge turn of frags for CPLAY. Looks like HoverCrabs were trying to make a big play, and just it really didn't pan out with their positioning.
Oh, did you see that bomb by D-Doc there? He just like went straight in there, and CPLAY just didn't see it coming, and Cuba just got like pinched out by that one soldier bomb there.
Oh wow, yeah.
It seems the trend I'm spotting anyways is HoverCrabs launch themselves straight into the mid fight, and if they don't get a pick immediately, and if they die out to any of the defending CPLAY, that's just the mid gone for them. They're very aggressive, these Russians.
Yeah, yeah. And it's for their style, it's the right call to make. And obviously it just got them the med, and he has a huge advantage right now.
Yeah, I guess if there's a time to be aggressive, it would be in the final 3 minutes of the game when you're down around.
Absolutely.
Those caps aren't going to cap themselves.
We see the combo of HoverCrabs pushing in through Cafe, and there's a scout spotter on the tower, so they know this Uber's like incoming.
Flank joining them from their own alleyway as they're pushing them into their own cafe. Now they get
they're
midpoint.
gonna get this point for free. Yeah, this is looking really good for HoverCrabs.
But this is exactly what CPLAY want. They just want them to give them mid because ultimately they'll get the Uber.
Lippy goes down right before the Uber.
Yeah, and they've used their Uber, and Cuba hasn't been forced to really use this at all. This is just really like a safety Uber of sorts. He didn't even have to use that. It's just kind of, right, we're going to make sure this the momentum belongs to us, and you can't possibly snowball and get another round off the back of
they
this.
They get Gizmo, yeah. Monty's going to start a cap. Oh, he's dueling with a scout on point. Ooh, he wins that fight, but they were stacked on mid for a long time now.
Mission accomplished still by Blub. Just needed to, at the end of the day, just block it, delay, get time, and the longer these fights going in CPLAY's way, the more likely they are going to win. Now it's
Monty with the help of Trox just picks Cuba.
Oh wow, that is quite the momentum change.
Yeah, Jesus. They weren't really looking at the flank properly, so he runs in and then he calls for coordinated spam, and they get him.
But they haven't got any scouts though. It's going to be very difficult to cap these points quickly, and they've only got a minute left.
Feeling with a predictive jump gets the combo.
Yeah. Even with the scout or without the scouts, they still need to kill people as well, and CPLAY just seem to be a better job of doing that.
Our control point is
it's looking.
They take him on top.
Looking very bad.
Two frags. He's fighting a scout on point. He loses that fight though.
Yeah, this is. I think it's just drawing towards the last minute now. It's getting very desperate for HoverCrabs.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah.
They're starting to sink into the fact that, guys, I don't think we're going to win this, and they're
45 seconds left.
Getting unnecessarily scrappy, having fun, going for the wild plays. I guess that's really what you should be doing if the time does draw this near. It's either go big or go home.
Yeah, but I think this is firmly in CPLAY's win.
Yeah,
they're about to cap.
Yeah, with the team wiped and them capping the last point, I'd say so too. And the GGs get called. And 21 seconds left. Okay, Final scoreline 3-5 to CPLAY. They will be moving on ahead into the semi-finals to face off against Lethal Weapon, another Russian team that they must defeat.
That's a very familiar name. I'm gonna look up this roster. Oh, it's the old GG Well Played roster. That's why.
Alright, so what happened, would you say? What would you sum up that that game for us, Mana, in the last 30 minutes or so?
I think the biggest thing I saw was HoverCrabs. They really like to make plays, but they haven't played this map enough to, I guess, like get the positional advantage on those plays, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they've got the spirit, but they haven't got the knowledge.
Yeah, not quite yet. Not quite yet.
But yeah, the predicted team CPLAY, I'd say in most people's books, won. So yeah, I think it obviously just came down to CPLAY having the better teamwork, synergy, just knowing to what decisions to make. And
yeah, they had a really good read on HoverCrabs a lot of the time.
Yeah, it was. I would say it's a lot even than I would say the scoreline is right now. I think it would have. It did come down to the wire a lot, and it probably deserved maybe another round onto HoverCrabs. But yeah, well done to CPLAY. As we're just gonna quickly go to another break now, and maybe we'll quickly update you with how the other teams are doing right now. We've got Nuts and Rollerbladers are still playing out their game. So when they finish, we'll move on to the next game, which will be Reason Gaming versus either Nuts and Rollerbladers or Party Boys.
I saw that name and I really wanted to call them the Pretty Boys.
The Pretty Boys. There's wine there, man. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
me good English. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I like Pretty Boys as well.
I think this is the only assumption that the Nuts and Rollerbladers win their match against the Party Boys, which is, I think it's a pretty fair assumption. You'd probably get like 90-10 odds if this was CS:GO Lounge. But that next game, Reason against, well, even if it is Party Boys, yeah, that next game's gonna be good.
Right. Okay. We're going off into a slight tangent here. We should wrap up these VODs, and then get things set up for the next game.
Yeah.
So this has been the Sunshine Cup. This has been CP Sunshine. This is HoverCrabs versus CPLAY. Congratulations CPLAY winning this game, going on to the semi-final. I'm TurboTabs. Joining me was Mana, and streaming it was Arie. We'll catch you in about maybe 10-15 minutes or so.
In a bit.
Soon.
Hang tight.
Hold tight.